So you have your PlayStation 4 and you now want to capture from it. The following is how I've dealt with the PlayStation 4. This is pre-release and I have been using PlayStation debug units. So they have changed and they will continue to change up to launch. I don't know what the launch retail PS4 will be like, but let's assume it's somewhat like how the PlayStation 3 debug worked and the PlayStation 3 retail worked. The PlayStation 4 outputs at 480, 720, 1080i and 1080p, the same rate that an Xbox 360 outputs to a capture card. So, you want to capture from it? Well, much like the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 has HDCP enabled. You cannot turn this off on a retail kit. You can, however, turn it off if you own a debug or test unit, which I imagine if you're watching this video, you probably don't own. And how do you turn it off on a debug unit? Well, go into the debug settings, sound and visual, and you can turn it off in there. You cannot turn off HDCP in a retail unit. So how do you get round HDCP on the retail console? Well, you're going to probably need analog cables, which at this moment in time I can't remember even if the PlayStation 4 will allow you to use analog signals. So it's going to have to go through HDMI. You're going to therefore need an HDCP stripper. However, we come across another problem. Usual strippers usually work for HDMI 1.4 or below. HDMI 2.0 is currently used on the PlayStation 4, which is a signal that allows up to 4K resolutions. The strippers I have used, strippers, have not liked my cables, and therefore you're going to need a new bit of kit to strip HDCP from an HDMI 2.0 signal. If you want to capture from a PlayStation 4 at 1080p, you've got to think of what hardware you're going to need. The Elgato Game Capture HD will capture at 1080p. However, the Elgato will only capture at 30 frames per second and has a horrible H.264 compression. Footage from an Elgato from a PlayStation 4 or even an Xbox One does look murky. For the web, that's probably fine, and you'll probably be happy with the output it gives you. But if you're working in TV or you want a better quality image, you're going to obviously want a uncompressed format. I myself use Blackmagic products and I own a bunch of these by this point. Now, lots of them do not offer a 1080 option for a interlaced signal and a 720p signal. So right now, the Blackmagic products that at least I own cannot get me my 1080p. Now, I'm unaware if this is something that they can update via firmware or if it's physical hardware that needs updating in the Blackmagic range. So in short, capturing from a PlayStation 4, you're going to have to strip HDCP and you're probably going to need a better capture card.